Good morning. So, good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Instagram. So excited to be here today. I'm interviewing a lovely friend, Melissa, who's coming from Canada, who is going to share her story with us today. Melissa is a mum, wife, social worker, high ticket sales coach, and she is passionate about helping others to scale and build online. So, in just a moment, we're going to talk to Melissa about her journey into high ticket entrepreneurship. But in the meantime, just if you've just tuned in and you're not friends on Facebook with me, a little bit about me. My name is Lara Rawson. I am a high ticket sales coach. I've been in the online space now for 5 years. I'm ex healthcare, retired from the 9 to 5, ex low ticket, and now high ticket sales coach and helping others achieve time freedom and financial freedom. But welcome, Melissa. Thank you so much for joining me. How about we get started with you telling us what you were doing prior to entering this high ticket entrepreneurship?
All right. Well, good morning on your end. It's evening on mine. I'm really happy to be here with you today. Yeah, a little bit about myself. Before I started in high ticket, I am a social worker and I was working in child protection, and I had faced some significant health issues that forced me off of work. And at that time, I didn't realize how burnt out I was until I was away from my job. And and during that time, I really had to reevaluate my life and my situation because with my second surgery, what really scared me was when my surgeon told me that two things could happen to me. Either I could die or become paralyzed if I wasn't to get my second surgery. And that really scared me because I realized that I really had to reevaluate my life and my situation because I was constantly stressed out. I was tired. I was never home. I had no energy for my family, no energy for myself. I knew more about the families I worked with than I did within my own family. And, at the end of the day, we start out in life and in our careers to give our families a better life. But I realized that it was taking away from my family, not enhancing them. So that's what really made me reevaluate my situation. And plus, also realizing that my husband and I were living to work, and that's all we did. And those words, you could die or become paralyzed, really made me realize that the only thing that I taught my children is that my job is more important than them. And I allowed work to overtake our life without even realizing it because, like everyone else, like you need a paycheck, you got to pay the bills because the bills never stop coming in, right? And then also, you want your time freedom to be able to travel and be home and be present and to enjoy life. But if you're constantly working and stressed out, you can't have that. So
Yeah.
that's what got me excited about the online space.
Yeah, yeah. So the biggest challenges that you were facing in your life day to day, what did that look like? Was it the time, the money, the the getting the motivation or the inspiration to change? What was your biggest challenges that you were facing when you chose this direction?
Uh, I guess, well, I went to school for 6.5 years, right, to get my
Yeah,
education and my
yeah,
certificates and training and all that. And my biggest challenge was stepping out of my own way and saying that what I'm currently doing isn't working and
yeah,
having the courage to vocalize that because everyone's like, oh, you have a really good job. Like, why would you even want to consider trying something else? Or, because standards today in society is you go to school, you get that
yeah,
higher education, you get that degree, you get a good job, and you stay there until you retire. Like, there is no other way. So
Yeah.
that was my biggest challenge, that I had to really reevaluate and say, okay, what I'm doing is not working. And if I
Yeah.
continue down this path, I'm going to be in the same boat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why don't I get out of my comfort zone, try something new, learn a new skill to get
Yeah.
my life back, time, make more money, be home with my family and enjoy life and not be chained to a location or a desk.
Yeah. That's wonderful, Melissa. And we're seeing a lot of professionals, health professionals, corporate professionals like yourself who have come to that point in their life or their business where they've said, all right, yes, I have invested 6 years,
Yeah.
10 years, 15 years into doing what I'm doing now. But that does not mean that I can't invest more time into learning a new skill that will change. Why keep doing the same thing that you've been doing simply because it's all you know or you've put so much into it? I love
Right.
that. That's a challenge. And that's hard to do because you're also, I guess, judged by other people in your industry, right?
Oh
And that
yeah.
can be scary. Yeah.
Well, it's stepping out of the norm, right?
Yeah. That's it.
Because
Yeah.
it crossed my mind and I heard it, a few times, that maybe I should go back to school and get a higher education. Like, it really did cross my mind. I thought about going back and getting my master's or my PhD,
Yeah.
but then I had to stop and realize that that's more debt. That's more
Yeah.
time away from my family. That's like 2.5, 3 years longer until I can get that quote unquote better job. But then I'm still stuck at a location. I still have a capped income.
Yeah.
I'm not home. Like, how is that going to improve my situation? It's just going to add to it. So I
Yeah.
really had to, you know, figure out what is best for me and my family and put their opinions and their thoughts aside and just focus on me and what I want and what my family wants and deserves.
Absolutely. That is so true. I love that. So, what has been your favorite part of the business so far? That the high ticket entrepreneurship?
Finding myself again, like
Yeah.
reconnecting with myself, putting myself first. Like, I felt like a shell of who I was
Yeah.
before. I just felt so miserable, unhappy. I wasn't smiling, but now,
Yeah.
I enjoy life. I, put myself first and I like to laugh and joke around and smile and all those kind of things. So I feel like I'm reconnecting with my old self and then also learning more about myself and, you know, all these things that I didn't know that I could or want to do. And it just makes me excited. And then of course the community, like, we're really connected to an amazing community of just strong willed, independent people that just want to change their life for the better and have the deep desire to do so. And that's what I love. I love being
Yeah.
connected to our community.
Yeah. Yeah, they really shine a light, don't they? And allow our light to shine back out. It's wonderful. And that's what my husband says too about me. You're so lit up. You're back. It's like you've come back.
Yeah.
I love it. It's good. It's so good. So, what would you say, Melissa, has been your biggest result so far? And of course, that doesn't have to be monetary. Like, yeah, what do you feel your biggest result so far has been, apart from what you just said? I mean, you probably already answered that.
Well, I guess that piece about our comfort zone, right? That fear factor, because
Yeah,
starting this, I'm sure you can relate, and everybody else that I've talked to, that fear that holds them back.
yeah,
Just getting out of your comfort zone, trying new things, no matter how scared or uncomfortable you are, just do it, because all you're doing is learning a new skill. Like, you could go to school for all these years to learn whatever profession that you're going into. Why not invest in yourself and learn a new skill and improve your quality of your life? Like,
yeah,
that
absolutely.
piece. Yeah.
Yeah. And what would you say to someone who's been watching you, Melissa, who's been thinking, perhaps this is me, this is not for me, someone who's curious, they want to change their life, but they're scared, like, what would you say to them today?
Just do it. You're curious, you've been watching, just do it. Reach out, get the information. Because at the end of the day, like, fear should not hold you back from anything. Just do it. If you really, really want to change your life for the better, you will be connected to amazing community, training, mentorship. Like, you're not going to be alone. And you'll look back in a couple of months or a month down the road and be like, why was I so scared? Like,
Yeah,
laugh
that's
at
it.
yourself, because I know I do.
I know. And the mind just plays the worst tricks on us, doesn't it? It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. But um, thank you, Melissa. I love that. I've loved having you on today. I love how you've talked about, the fact that you'd spent so long invested into being a social worker, and the fact that that was holding you back. And, because that holds a lot of us back. And getting out of your comfort zone and all of these things, you've really touched on some things that we all relate to. And I think a lot of that too is being worried what other people think. And now that we're here and now that we're doing it, we just don't care because we're growing and our family's growing and we're really creating what we want. So yeah, thank you for coming on and sharing today. And if you've been following Melissa, please reach out to her and ask for more information, and she'll be happy to jump on a call or send you some information. And the same, if you're following me and you're curious, reach out to us and we'll tell you what this is all about. So you all have a lovely day and we'll talk again later. So bye.
Take care.